4. 3. 2. 1.
Go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobes Show.
One-eye Kenobi Shobi.
That'd be the one. That'd be the very one. Yes, it's the lovely Julia who's just over there.
Off to...
And there's me that's over here. Welcome to another live streaming event on the 14th of November 1864. And a year in which a small canoe went over the Niagara Falls and fell to its bottom. Everyone survived and there was no real news about it, except that somebody with a diary wrote it down on page 748 of their 15th diary as one word. Ouch. I read that this morning in the Invisible Times. Anyway, how are you, lovely Julia?
Not too bad, thank you. How are you, lovely
I'm
Richard?
very nice, thanks very much. I've had a number of interesting envelopes this morning.
Oh, you have?
Yes, containing ferret poo. A lot of ferrets, but
So no Valentines?
Yes, no, shaped into a lovely sort of red mess. Actually, no, Valentines, no, nothing like that. Nobody loves me.
So what did you get in the post this morning?
Not
a thing?
No, I did. I've got two things, and both of them I have not brought up with me. One of them is a candle snuffer.
Oh, right. Lovely.
And the other one is a...
Is that to snuff out your flame?
Snuff out the old flame, yeah, exactly.
Oh, well. Well, happy Valentine's.
What have we got there? Oh, an egg.
I know you've...
Blimey.
You don't like to intake sugar, so
Look,
it's a very tiny...
It's a purple egg, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Egg of creamness
Perfectly
from a certain
formed.
brand of
Yes,
chocolate.
We can't show the brand, of course, but the perfect... Wait a minute. Where's
Uh-oh.
It? Uh-oh. Ding. Oh, there it is. That's
Ding.
very kind of you. Dingo's kidneys.
Oh, look, it matches you.
It matches. See?
I'm all dark again today.
Oh, yes, you're in the dark, but you're not on the proper screen. Don't go by the screen in front of you on
I
the
need to
telly.
get some lighter tops, don't I?
Yes, have you got a lighter top? You want to get one with bulbs on?
I want to get one with LEDs on it.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
I am here!
I've got a big string of LEDs that you could wrap round you.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You want me to do it? Bear with me 1 second.
He's actually going to do it. Sean James Cameron says, roses are red, violets are blue. If you like the Vobes, put a thumb up from you. Yes, good idea. Kim Kerry Baldwin says, my Valentine's meal has been postponed. I've been poorly. Oh dear, Kerry, I hope you get well soon and get to go on your lovely Valentine's meal. A power oak.
Hold that.
Oh, this!
You wanted some...
I'm going to look like some,
What?
very vivid ghost.
No, you won't. You might get a 300 million watts going through you.
Right, okay, hang on a minute. This is on a reel, right?
It is on a reel.
It's real good.
This is live, ladies and gentlemen. I may not want it to be live, but here is a human Christmas tree about to explode into your very living rooms. By the way, if you're wondering, the number 07934746720, it's not 720, it's 790,
Right,
is we're turning the phone on a bit later on in the show. So if you're trying to dial that number, don't bother.
Hold up.
Yes, hold up. Are you held up?
Not quite.
This isn't gone. We practiced this for 4 hours earlier this afternoon.
It's not at all a spur of the moment thing.
With barbed wire.
Right,
And I had a lot of fun tightening the barbed wire around the neck.
let's
But
just go like that. Right, okay.
you all right? You ready for the lights? I pressed a button.
That'll do.
Right.
Get it round the middle.
Here we go.
There.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Ta-da!
Look at that.
Hang on. Just need to sit down now.
She wanted to be lit up like a fairy.
Fairy light. Hang on. There we go. Ah! That's done it, isn't it? Can you see me now?
And then I can increase the electricity into it, and we'll see the lovely Julia's hair stand on end, and she'll frazzle like a good un. These were sent to me by a company some time ago now, and they were very kind. And they said, "Can you feature it on one of your videos?" I said, "Yes, only if I can keep it." And they said, "Yeah, you can keep it." So I did. And if you missed the video, sorry about it. Can't remember the name of the company now, but there you are. I didn't say I was going to do it on the Vobes Show, so this is a bonus. But I gather they're not actually cheap. They're about 100 quid, I think.
Not cheap.
No, I think.
And
Matthew,
here I am messing around with it,
Yeah.
flapping it around me like it's
Never mind. It's all good fun.
some pet snake.
Yes, and apparently it only uses up 642,000 volts in 2 seconds. So, make sure you're plugged into the green agenda, and you'll be all right. How you do? It looks nice. You've got a lovely
I
halo.
can see my halo.
Halo.
Can you see my halo?
Halo,
Halo.
halo. No, where is it?
No.
Is it
Oh,
underneath the lights?
Slipped.
Slipped.
Broke.
Right. Anyway, it's enough of that gay banter.
Yeah, enough of that.
And there it is. It's all off. It's all off, Julia. Sorry.
It's all off. Ow.
Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, Valentine's Day today, but we've got a theme of what do you do on a rainy day? Because I thought a lot of people were going to do that sort of thing, business
What do you
about.
do for leisure on a rainy day?
Yeah, when you've got nothing to do or you're at home and what have you, people occupy themselves in lots of fantastic and interesting ways, or they just watch the television. But I'm interested to know what way, apart from dressing up in LED tape, what other fascinating and interesting but clean things do you, I mean, you can have oil on your hands and do the washing up and change the SE's coal bunker, but what I mean is non-sexual or non-murderous. And anything like that. Rami Boo says that I just had a vision of Julia getting electrocuted until we saw her skeleton on the guy at Home Alone 2.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I haven't seen that film, but it's funny.
You haven't seen that film?
No, I've seen Home Alone, but not.
Home Alone.
I got the idea with Home Alone that it's a kid on his own at home. I didn't really need to see the second one.
Fair enough.
Because once you've seen the first one, you kind of got the idea.
Station Master's Choice says, rainy day, we stand in the English rain and get a tan.
Oh, it's all right for Bernie down there on the south coast of Eastbourne. He can stand on the rain and get a tan because he's at the southeast of England, probably the most likeliest place to get a tan, I imagine. I love a game of Monopoly, says Joanna Jones. I think it's Monopoly and not Mahogany. Oh yeah, definitely.
Monopoly's good.
Yes, Monopoly is very good.
But not too often.
No, kids like Monopoly, don't they?
They
These
do.
games that go on for 42 years, and they always do it at the inopportune moment. There you are about, oh, can you just occupy yourself for 15 minutes and then I'll get the dinner on. Just going to have this cup of tea. Oh, shall we have a game of Monopoly? What, in 15? No. Oh, please, I want to be the boot and you can be the top hat. Yeah, but 15, I want to get and it's all going to be pear-shaped. Plus the fact Uncle Tom Cobley's coming round with a battering ram to smash your face in at 3. And if you're not there, it'll end up hitting... So, yeah, inopportune moments, not so good, are they?
Not so good.
Not so good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, don't thank me very much at all.
No, I don't thank you.
Oh, good. I'm so pleased.
Anti-thank you.
Anti-tanks. Anti-tanks.
Anti-miss tank.
Anyway, yes, Lynn Robinson says, hi to the lovely Richard and the lovely Julia. I thoroughly enjoy watching the Vobes Show and all your other shows. Lynn Robinson.
Fantastic.
That's so nice to hear. We will give you a big round of applause.
Lynn Robinson also says, I love to sit and read a book on a rainy day.
Ah, yeah, now there's a woman after my own heart. You can't have it. You can have your own heart, but my heart, of course, is necessary for getting the blood round. But I do like to read on a rainy day, or indeed a sunny day. I sit on my doorstep and I read and ingest all that lovely carbon neutral dioxide from the electric cars. What else have we got out there?
Mr. Mocky says, fun fact, electrocute means death by electric, a combination of electric and execute. Electrocute.
Oh, that's very cute. I'm glad you mentioned it. We would like to see more of that. Those combination of words being put together, not people actually being electrocuted by several thousand volts of juice.
Not so fun.
Wonder why they call it juice.
Maybe because it turns things to mush if it gets... I don't know.
Yeah, why is it, something that is an inanimate object that's being pulsed through an object... Why is that called juice? Anybody know? Answers on a postcard or on the back of a £20 note. That would be lovely. Val Pragnell says, hi, Richard Julia. I sort out old paperwork and then get it all shredded.
Oh, it's fun shredding, isn't it?
Ah.
You ever used a shredder?
Yes, I have. That's how I got these holes in between my fingers. It went in. I stopped at the last minute, pulled them back out. Yeah, terrible.
Mr. Bazzaby says, I used to read a lot, but can't be bothered now. Well, that's a shame.
Oh, it's nice to read. I mean, I've got all the Peter and Jane books, and Peter and Jane go to the park. Peter and Jane come back from the park. Peter and Jane get scolded by the mother, who said you couldn't go to the park because you didn't have permission. And the next one, Peter and Jane go to bed with rosy bottoms.
Right. Audrey Forbes Hamilton says, I spend all day trying to persuade the dogs to go outside.
Come on, dogs. Out you go. Come on. Out you go. Come on. Out. Come on. Now, this is going to upset. Please put cotton wool in any dog nearby. Walkies! Oh, didn't give you much time.
No, you didn't.
Sorry, I didn't give you much time. Oh, dear. Alexa, walkies! I wonder what happens. Does Alexa now go...
Alexa, sing for me.
I don't know that song. What would you like me to sing? Mute. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to play some videos and then we're going to open the phone calls, but also the lovely Julia might be doing a romantic serenade on her violin.
Ukulele.
Oh, yes, sorry. Her big... Anyway, I nearly said something rude then. But luckily I escaped. Seabird says, I just wondered, Richard and Julia, what have been your most favourite gadgets you've ever bought and why? That's a theme for a show, isn't it? That one, favourite gadgets. We should do that on a show. But have you got any favourite gadgets?
Well, if you consider this a gadget, then this.
Favourite.
If not,
right.
Then it'd be my computer, I suppose.
That's not how you spell favourite, is it? Favourite.
No, it's not.
Right. Gadgets.
Sean James Cameron says, the term juice describes the acid used in a lead acid battery.
Ah, juice.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you very much for that.
Martin Muddy Boots Lees says, thanks, Richard. Our dogs Poppy and Daisy and our Alexa have all woken up.
Oh, good. I'm so pleased. It's so nice because, let's face it, you sent in a video today and it will be on the show very soon.
You are wicked.
I am very
All
wicked.
I did was make Alexa sing to everybody. Alexa, sing for me.
Yes, there we are. See, you must turn your Alexas off by pulling horrible faces at it.
Alexa, light off.
Alexa, computer off.
No.
No. Now we're talking to nobody.
I don't think any Alexa can do that. If it can, ooh.
Wait, Alexa, turn yourself off. Stop listening, Alexa. Anyway, whilst all the electronic gadgets are now arguing amongst one another, we're going to visit the video box. Now, we've pushed a couple of videos over from this week down the chain a little bit onto this tonight's show, and we've got a couple of extras to fit in, and then we'll be opening the phone box. So we pushed over from last week. I believe Stephen Agger was at Corfe Castle looking out for trains. Of course he was at Corfe Castle. Where the hell did I put him on the switchboard? Here he is.
Get off the bridge.
There we go. The train has arrived at platform 2. Calling at all stations to crumbly old buildings.
Now that did make me laugh what Ed Loud said. You'd think they'd repair that crumbly old building on the hill. Gee.
Yeah, I know. It's been like that for decades. Or centuries even, to be honest with you. But there we are. It's a big tourist attraction. And there it is, at Corfe Castle. Corfe it is. Poor old Martin Lee's apparently sitting in the dark now, listening
to music.
So that's all very nice. Very pleased about that. What else do you do on a wet, rainy day during the day when it's raining? Answers on a postcard. Nuggets Van Life is here. Morning, guys. Good morning to you.
Hello.
He had a night in his van.
Oh,
in
did
his new
you?
van. Yeah. Check out his.
Both him and Amanda? Or?
No, Amanda took the sensible thing and stayed at home.
Was Roxy there?
Roxy, I think, was also at home. Mind you,
wise
Mr.
girls.
Suggett was also at home, but he was on the drive. I think, obviously, Amanda kicked him out. And this is what this is all about. You see, they can have a row, and now Amanda can at least go, "You're sleeping in the van tonight." Oh, all right, darling.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start calling it the doghouse then.
Yes, the doghouse. You can say, well, I'll sleep with Roxy in the van, and that's it. But
only yokins.
Worth checking out the video. It's a very nice video with Mr. Suggett in his new van, Nuggets Van
I shall look
Life.
forward to that one.
And so that's what he does on a rainy day. He gets in the van and puts his head down.
Yeah, excellent. There's a surprise. Kerry Baldwin says that on a rainy day, she does family history research.
Ah, yes. But how many families have you researched now? That's the thing, because she has clients, doesn't she, as well?
Yes.
So clients that come along, and I mean, she's a bit like a miracle worker. One of these, I would like to see Kerry Baldwin at the end of the pier in one of those little teepee things that the old gypsies used to have with the, Because they'd be much better. People coming in, instead of she'd go, cross my palm with silver. And then he goes, right, and what is your surname? Oh, yes, I see you were born in 1872. Your family goes back to here. Your great-great-grandfather was an axe murderer. There's plenty of axes that have been murdered by him. And then look in this graveyard, you'll see this and hear that. And actually you're related to the King and Queen of Hungary. What a sandwich. It should be much more accurate. Should be, they're the sort of people you want who would, do that sort of thing, instead of those people looking into the
Crystal
balls. And I've always thought, here's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't the gypsies, if they really want to make a lot of money and they've got these crystal balls, they could sell them to MPs. Because every time they're interviewed, any time you hear an MP interviewed on the television or the radio, they always say, when they say, what do you think is going to happen with the Ukraine disaster? They say, well, I haven't got a crystal ball. And what you want is one of them to go, well, here you are. Now, what's going to happen with the Ukraine? Are we going to go to war? I don't know how to read a crystal ball. Well, you've been complaining that you haven't had a crystal ball for many, many years. Now I've given you one. Now you don't even know how to use it. Go away. You've got 6 hours. Go and learn how to use the crystal ball. Come back, tell us whether we're going to war.
They could just use the crystal ball to, win the lottery.
Well, exactly. That's the other question, of course. What are the numbers of the lottery? Thank you very much. Don't tell anybody else.
Although
just me.
that's cheating, isn't it? That would be cheating if you could do that.
Cheating
or
for
is
who?
It?
Someone's got to win.
Well, that's true. Someone's got to win.
Now, time for another lottery because the lovely Julia.
Lottery?
Yes.
Video lottery.
A video lottery
Who's coming up next?
Well, it's we've pushed over Mr. Norris, not literally, of course.
Yeah, that would be.
He was a bit dazed when
I just imagined poor Andrew Norris standing in a field, and he's walking up to him. Doosh.
Well, it's a bit like that in today's video because he is standing in a field. Funnily enough.
Oh, really?
Yes. Towards the end of this.
I hope nobody pushes him over.
No, he doesn't get pushed over. He's just a little bit dazed and not quite sure where he is because he's sort of in a maze.
Oh,
yes.
A mazy days.
Mazy. Well, it's more of a Ms. maze. Do you know what a Ms. maze is?
No.
Well, it's going to demonstrate.
I'm going to find out.
Yeah, exactly how you make a Ms. maze. It's fascinating. How about that?
That's pretty fascinating.
How to make your own maze. If you've got a garden, then it's quite easy. If you haven't got a garden, use somebody else's. I'm sure they won't mind. See if you can get it onto a satellite for another 10 years. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much, Andrew Norris.
Fabulous, thank you.
That was very nice. They were fascinating to watch the view of the maze and all of that. I was just thinking you've obviously got to get all that straw together in the first place.
Yes.
Which is no easy task if you have a concrete yard. I'm going to put the phone on now, ladies and gentlemen, at 25 minutes past. Oh, are you going to do your...
Oh, shall I?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. The lovely Julia, before you ring, I'm going to put it on silent, so panic not. The lovely Julia is going to serenade everybody on Valentine's Day with her wonderful Sex Pistols novel, which will be fantastic. What song were you thinking of doing?
Well, it's Bryan Adams. Everything I do it for you. So I know Ray of Hope did it for us a while back. Well, I've done it again. The thing is on this side.
I'm just trying to work out where the headphones, where you silence this thing. How do you silence this thing?
Silence it.
Hmm.
Well, good question. Hang on. Scroll that down again.
Yeah. But bear is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a...
That's
a bell. Is that the bell? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sound.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Oh, that's on vibrate. That should... Yeah, that should be silent.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. If you try to ring us, we won't actually be able to hear you.
Because we put it on silent.
Because we put it on silent, just so that lovely Julia can do her thing, and I've managed to get rid of all the notifications. By the way, just so you know, this is only the studio phone, and it's not on when the show is not live. So if you try dialing or sending messages, I can't reply to anything because I don't pay for any outgoing. I've got the SIM card, so I can only receive calls. You can text, but I don't read them, and it's switched off after the show. Just so, because some people I know, they kind of got, like, you look in there and you go, oh, there's messages. And I can't retrieve them because I can't actually get to the voice box because you have to have a certain amount of credit, and I don't have any. This show doesn't make any money, by the way, just so you know. If in case you want to fancy donating 25 quid to a good cause, then leave us out. Anyway, the lovely Julia, how ready are you?
Pretty much there. Just gotta sort my out. There's a bit of a... Huh.
And we have got the special edited... think this will work. Hang on a minute. Just get out of here to there. And we can sort of see a bit of that. And I'm going to monitor over here. Like that. And I'm going to fade mine out so you don't have to hear... Oh, that's me.
And as Mr. Basby is just pointing out, is this what you do on a rainy day? Exactly, this is what I do on a rainy day.
So, if you're all set then, lovely Julia, it's over to you.
Okay. Look into my eyes, you'll see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul, and when you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Look into your heart and you will find there's nothing there to hide. Take me as I am, take my life Lost it. Other could give more love. There's nowhere unless you're there all the time, all the way. Boom, 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 down, down, down. Oops. Oh, you can't tell me it's not worth trying for. I can't help it, it's nothing I long for. Yeah, I would fight for you, I'd lie for you, walk the wire for you. Yeah, I'd die for you. You know it's true. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you. I love that song so much. Ooh.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't she amazing? Look at that, lots of lovely hearts and crosses and hearts and crosses, noughts and crosses. I was thinking of lots of hearts and claps.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Absolutely. Oh, that's very nice. You did brilliantly.
Oh, thank you.
A
couple of fluff ups.
Oh, don't worry about
Really
those.
annoying.
You're all amongst friends here, and the fluff ups help us not to get cut off.
Not
The
really.
copyright strikes, you
No,
see.
no, I'm fully aware that you're probably going to have to mute that whole song later, but who cares? It's about the live interaction here. So.
Yeah, no, and it's great, and it's good for you to have some people to do it to.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
builds up your confidence
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
and it's nice. It's nice.
Fan.
Great. Thank you very much, everybody, for obliging.
Ah,
Is that
look
the
at
word?
that. Yeah, no, obliging. Well,
For putting up with me.
no, not at all. They are very lucky. That's the key thing. Sorry, turn your microphone back up properly. Yeah, no, they're very lucky to have you play. So brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening to me play.
Right, we're going to put one more video and then we'll put the phone on. We've got 2 more videos to come in. We have, what have we done? We've got Bernie up there in Scotland, which is, he gets up to Cromarty, I think, in this, or very close. And Martin Lees is at Nestcliff. Now, I've been to Nestcliff, the home of the highwayman Kennison. I can't remember his first name now. He was Lord Kennison. Anyway, he's not to get confused with a previous listener that we used to have on the show.
Yes.
And I made a video, 2010, I think it was. So that's like 11 years ago. But anyway, Martin has been there more recently, otherwise known as Muddy Boots, I think. Yes.
Martin Muddy Boots Lees.
Yes, we saw him last
Fabulous.
week. So
Yes.
let's have a look at his video and then we'll go to Bernie after a couple of phone calls, if people, that is, wish to call in. Ah, how delightful is that?
It was lovely.
And it brought back all those memories of going up and around the Nestcliff area. Fantastic stuff. And what lovely exercise for the old dogs.
I was about to say, one of my favourite views is actually from between some horses' ears, i.e. riding. But other than that, it's got to be watching the back end of a dog as it plods along, or a cat. Indeed, I've taken my cats for walks. Don't ask, it's a long question.
You've taken your cat for walks?
Yeah, well, kind of. They are trained on harness and leads. They're not recently. But no, we used to take them for little patrol walks down the back alleys of where I used to live.
Patrol walks?
Yeah.
Come on, we're on patrol, cat. What kind of cats were these? Great big cats. We're talking about big lions and tigers, I assume, not.
That would be amazing, very scary and very expensive, but no.
No, these are domesticated cats
Yes.
that you would have on your
My little
lap.
pack of 4.
Oh, it comes in packs of 4 now. Great. Anyway, there we are.
I forgot why I was saying that. No. Oh yeah, but no, I love the sight of their butts as they're loping along. It's like, yep, there's
Their
an animal
bottoms.
having a good, fun adventure.
I see. She likes looking at animals' bottoms. Fair enough.
Yeah, but
everyone's got to.
you make it sound much, much weirder than it really should be.
I am not sure how unweird that is. We do have a phone call, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, is it
07934746790. Let's find out who is calling the Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi show. Hello, caller. Welcome to.
Hello, Richard and Julia. Ed
Hello,
Loud here. Hello,
Ed.
everyone.
Hello,
How are you?
Ed Loud. How the devil are?
Still round and squidgy.
Oh,
Hey,
marvellous.
just
There we
how
are.
we love you.
That's it. Don't ever change. Unless, of course, the underpants get a bit smelly.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Are we still doing what we do when it rains?
Yes,
Yes.
please. What do you do when it rains, dear boy?
Well, since I love British weather, I do exactly the same things I do when it's not raining.
Oh.
I usually go out for a walk.
Oh, excellent. And where are you at the moment? Because I know you've been getting around in the southeast in different places.
Yeah, I'm still based in London, as I always have been, but I'm travelling quite a lot. Most weekends I travel. I was down in Worthing a couple of weeks ago to watch Dulwich Hamlet women play Worthing. Spent the day there with Alex.
Excuse me, hang on a minute. Dulwich Hamlet women, did you say?
Yes.
What,
Yes,
would play were at what? Tiddlywinks?
Football.
Oh, football. I beg your
I
pardon.
didn't mention it because I know football's not your thing. So
No,
I
no.
didn't bring it up, but as it's relevant.
Dulwich,
yes.
what is
Yes,
it? Dulwich
relevant.
Village Women. That sounds a peculiar team.
Yeah.
That's
Strange title for a team.
yeah, so that's Dulwich in London, I suppose.
Yes. They're quite a well-known team in my local area. They sort
Yeah.
of punch up their weight for sort of the league they're in, and I've been following them for a number of years.
I bet you have.
They sort of adopted a women's team a few years ago that played under a different name, and when I finally did have some money to my name and had finished all that business with Grandad and Dad, I started sponsoring a couple of their players, and Alex sponsors a couple of their players, and we like to keep following the women's team because your support really means something to them, and sometimes you might only have half a dozen people go and watch them at an away game, so tend to be very busy on Sundays.
Well, you could have popped round for a cup of tea.
Yeah, I could have done it. I didn't. I
Didn't
didn't
want
really
to?
want to.
You didn't want to?
make any plan. No, I didn't want to make any plans because quite a lot of games are getting cancelled because of COVID.
Oh, I see. Well, I wasn't in anyway. I was doing something. I wouldn't have been here, but it would have been nice for you.
But the train went straight past Morrison's, and I said to
Yes.
Alex, "I wonder what Richard's up to today."
Yeah, you would
But,
have gone past my house.
Yeah, of course. But no, that's what I do. I do exactly the same things I would do when it's not raining. I love British weather. There's nothing, if I generalise a bit, there's nothing that's ever too dangerous or too bad. And I don't get why people moan about British weather all the time. I've met people in New York who say, I wouldn't go to London, the weather's awful. And I think, are you off your rocker? Our weather's better than yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's too cold in their winter and too hot in their summer.
Yeah, look at our winter, how lovely and mild it is at the moment. I mean, a few chilly days, but it's not cold.
Do you know, I was actually thinking earlier this afternoon, I can almost smell the warmer weather coming.
Absolutely, I'm with you there, Julia. I love the smell when it rains as well, though.
There's a petrichor. I think that's the word for the smell.
Yes,
smell
I
after rain.
saw that on an episode of Doctor Who. Petrichor,
Ah.
that was it, yes.
Doctor Who and the Petrichors. Now, there's some interesting monsters if ever I heard one.
Is that one of the seasons when you're the Doctor?
If ever I start another band, that might be a name for a band, the Petrichors.
The Petrichors, yeah, there we
Why
go.
not?
In a forest, in a petrified forest. 16 degrees forecast for tomorrow in London, apparently.
Oh,
and what-
that's almost too hot for me.
What
Yeah.
is tomorrow's forecast for New York?
Oh, yeah. What is it for tomorrow in New York? Sean James Cameron, our head weatherman, who is now rushing to a board and is pointing sticks. We don't have a camera on him, unfortunately.
I'm always amazed. I've never come across Sean James Cameron when he's out on one of his walks, and I was out with my granddad, because we seem
like
to go
ships
around
in the
all
night.
the same sorts of places, and we don't live too far apart. You know, I could just hop on the bus and it takes me to...
I have to say, I mean, I drove
So-
up to Sean's place, and where Sean is, it's lovely, and it is a very nice part of London, but I did go through some really, how can I put this politely, non-entity parts of London. It just goes on and on and on for 40-odd minutes. You come out off the M25 and you're just driving through what, down here would be 5 minutes, then you get into...
What people don't see, though, is when they're driving on a lot of these motorways and A roads, either side of them is lots of green open space, but you're down in a cut-in and you can't see that. So when I started my walks with Grandad all those years ago, I suddenly realised one of the best walks in my area was literally following the A2 extension. And it was almost like a complete green belt unto itself. And I started taking people on guided tours of this unofficial green belt, and they were just gobsmacked at just park after park after park. You never get the expansive views you get in the countryside. That's the one downside. But at the same time, things are much closer together, so you're not getting the same shade of green repeated over and over and over again. There's much less monoculture and a lot more history crammed into a...
Well, apart
smaller
from the
space.
concrete and bricks, the monoculture of that, of course, that's in between the parks.
It's
I
really
take your point.
amazing how you can be following this A2 for, I'm going to guesstimate, about 4 miles. I could be half a mile wrong here or there.
We have weather forecast in New York have now come
go
in.
ahead.
You'll be pleased to know it starts off at about 0 degrees centigrade and then goes to -9.
I thought it starting
I'm
at
glad I'm
-9,
here
going
then.
to.
Oh, Tuesday sunny, but 0 degree. Oh, starting at -9. I beg your pardon. It starts at -9 and gets all the way up to 0. So.
And I'll just say, and then I'm going to clear off and
Yes.
make way for someone else. But the other thing I love about following these really busy major roads is that the noise of the traffic is constant, like almost like the noise of waves at the seaside.
There's a
So-
certain ambience, isn't it?
And you can actually edit that out of a video quite
Really?
largely. Yeah, whereas if it was just the odd bit of traffic coming along, you couldn't edit that out.
Fair
But
one.
because it's a constant background hum, I've learned you can really edit that out quite easily.
By not recording sound, it's probably the easiest.
Yeah, just talk over it.
Just do
Anyway,
a voiceover.
I'll clear off and
Nice
make
to
way
talk
for
to you,
someone
Ed.
else.
Thank you so much.
care, everyone.
Take it
Look
easy,
after
darling. Catch you soon. Bye.
There we go. Ed Loud, ladies and gentlemen.
We have floating our boat in the house.
Oh,
Ooh,
marvellous.
hello, Fran and Rich.
How
Any
the
love?
devil are you?
Mwah,
Are you
mwah.
well? And they say they're on boat time.
Just for Fran.
Yes, floating in.
Happy anniversary, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy anniversary.
Did I say anniversary?
Yeah,
That's
Valentine's.
the third time I've done that today. Where's my brain at? Happy Valentine's, Fran and
Sorry, the
Rich.
ghost in here has just been. I'm sure that house is now slowly getting haunted. I think.
Slowly getting haunted.
Yes, I think the ghost is slowly. After what have I've been here 31.
You're here, aren't you?
31 years, and they're slowly sort of getting. Is this bloke ever going to leave? Can we have somebody else? No, I think they're starting to move things about, which is a bit an annoying thing. So yes, welcome along anybody who's straggling along, but particularly if you happen to be in a narrow boat. Lovely to see you. We've got one more video, and then we'll take in the last 15 minutes any more calls on what you get up to on a rainy day. If you're in a narrowboat, of course, and we've got many people who do. Trev's Travels by narrow.
You could do stuff like that.
You can, Trev's Travels and Rich and Fran, Jane Cox, if she's out there. Numerous people who are on narrowboats. It must be even more, somewhat claustrophobic, I suppose, on a rainy day in which what do you do? But you're probably so used to being in and out the boat anyway, it's probably no different.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Probably.
let's go and have a look at the last video, which is from Bernie.
The Vobes Hotel in Strathpeffer in the north of Scotland. The window could be a little bit cleaner, but I'm looking at the mountain after which the hotel has been named. In the distance there, and shrouded in mist, a little over 3,000 feet high, is Vobes or Vobes, whichever way you want to pronounce it. I've struck lucky here. A nice room with a mountain view. The first thing I saw getting out of the coach, we have swallows, loads of them. And then looking up above those trees in front, and I didn't capture it on film, was a golden eagle soaring. What a welcome. So, for once, I've got the lucky room. And I'm not complaining at all. Now, if you want to know where my room is, before I get too wet, it's that one there, with a lovely view. And with that, I think I'm going to have to stop filming. It's getting a bit too wet. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I've taken the sound out on this bit because it's really just a bit of advertising. I mean, I don't mind the advertising. I think you all know very well who I travel with by now, but it just gives me the chance to show you a bit more of these supposedly finished with oil rigs that have been put here, as I said in inverted commas, in storage. I've learnt since that the locals would call them abandoned, and even since I made this film and put some of the other comments on it later on, it looks like they're going to be opening a new oil field or gas field in the North Sea. It may well be that some of these will see further use, but in the meantime, aren't they just a blot on the landscape here? Well, we're here in the little tiny harbour at Cromarty on the Black Isle, the northeast coast of Scotland. And as you've probably heard and saw in the last 2 or 3 segments, this has become known as the oil rig graveyard, and you can see why the locals are absolutely fed up to the back teeth with it. Apparently it's so expensive to decommission an oil rig, they're just being towed here and left to rot. And the hope is eventually that when they've rotted enough, they'll be much easier to break apart and deal with. But in the meantime, how much damage is done by rotting materials, leaking stuff, nobody really knows. But it almost reminds you of a Cornish harbour, but it isn't Cornwall. You know it's not Cornwall. The feel of it is totally different here.
And there was Bernie in a lovely Cornish harbour there, down up in Scotland. Down up?
Down up.
What a shame about those oil rigs. Never knew that. That's fascinating. And yeah, it probably does take a lot of money to rig a oil rig, as it were. Anyway, your last chance to call in the show on 0793 4746 790. Thanks to Sean James Cameron there reminding me. He's in search of the good life, and you can check out his YouTube channel. and find out all about. I think he's planting onions at the moment. All good stuff.
Ed Loud says, can I just say, yes you can,
Of course.
I think we've been spoiled for videos today, passing on my thanks to all the contributors. Yes, and from us. Thank you to everyone for contributing.
We did think that we didn't want to pass on any down the line again.
No,
because
no
we've
more
done-
shifting them on.
Yeah, shifting. I mean,
Today,
we tried to get them in. We've got a phone call, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody calling us. We want to know what you get up to on those rainy days. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Mr. Vobes, and the lovely Julia.
Hello, Fran.
Good evening, Fran. How are you doing,
And
darling?
Rich. Yeah, Rich is in the background.
Hello, Rich.
Mwah.
Hey,
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
where are you? Where have you I haven't heard from you for a while, so you could be anywhere. You could have actually left England altogether and floated
just-
across the channel somewhere.
I did have a conversation with somebody recently when we were talking about possibly getting back to land, and actually thought that we were stuck out in the middle of the sea somewhere on our boat. But no, we've spent Christmas in Oxford, and we're now sort of halfway, I guess, along the Oxford Canal, back heading north, but we're stuck because of stoppages for a little while. So
repairs.
we're in,
Is that repairs to
it's-
locks and?
Well, yes, it is. Yeah, and also, without wanting to get into one on it, we've gone for a walk today, and the canal is closing ahead of us for a little while, and we've seen why. It's because HS2 is going right across. And we've just walked up today to a lovely little village that you would love called Wormleighton.
Ooh,
I think
Wormleighton.
really old village, and like so close to it. HS2 is just, there's a scar right across the landscape.
Maybe you should go
Where
and film it
HS2 is
quickly
going.
and commemorate it before it's changed forever.
I know. It's just, having said that, they've actually discovered some Roman settlements that they're digging up, and archaeologicalising, whatever you call it.
Archaeological, I couldn't think of what you said.
I guess they wouldn't have found them if they weren't making it, digging up for HS2. But that's, to me, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
not good enough, really.
No,
But
it's not enough to counteract all the damage they've
No.
done.
no, and we won't even start talking about trees, Julie.
No,
will we?
no, let's not. Let's not. How are you enjoying your new Silver book?
Oh yes,
It's been a while
I'm
now,
dipping-
hasn't it?
It's a dipping in and out book, isn't it?
Mm.
But it's fabulous. I'd sort of try and focus on one tree and yeah, look up on it. But I think I've got about 6 books on the go at the moment. So
I just
Like someone else I know.
I'm just having a walk around Wormleighton here, looking at some of these lovely old houses here.
oh gosh, it's lovely.
Big old houses set back behind hedges, by the looks of things. If I've got
You
the
should
right place.
come up, bring the van up, come and do a video of Wormleighton.
Right,
come and
okay.
see us.
Okay, hold on. I'll be there in a minute.
Bye.
Yeah, see you tomorrow morning. We'll get breakfast on for 9.
Breakfast at 9, she says.
Just looking for my coat. I've got my hat, but where's the coat? How lovely. So, question is: do you mention there you were talking to this other person about going back to land? Are you fed up with the canal system now?
No, we're not. We're
Don't be
just
daft.
still missing the gardening. That's all.
Yeah.
Really.
A few more
And you do-
flower beds on the top?
We've got some. We do have some, but it's not the same as getting out
No.
and digging the soil. Sean, if you're out there, Sean's allotment garden, and it's just not the same as digging and
See what you
composting.
What you want is somebody who's got a nice garden or owns a little bit of land, who's a little bit just jaded with it, and then
Yes.
you swap.
Yeah.
And they want to go on a boat, you go on a land, and you say, okay, 3 years' time, we'll see you. And then you get it out your system.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
If you could
that's not
find
a bad
someone.
idea.
There would
Yeah.
be, there's bound to be somebody out there, isn't there?
Yeah. It's, I mean, we originally thought at some point we might get a mooring, but they're like gold dust now. It's
Yeah, I
just
bet.
getting crazy. You cannot get them for, we passed one recently near Oxford, and a tiny little piece of land was about £120,000 plus. That was the minimum, just for a little square of land by the canal.
Next
Sean-
by the canal.
Yeah, Sean James Cameron says, floating our boat, you can come up and help on my allotment.
You see, the thing is, I would like a bit of land in which, say, like 2 or 3 acres, in which I dig a trench that is roughly 15 foot wide and build for about 100 yards a canal.
Well, there you go.
And
Fully
then
functioning with water.
With water. And then I want to
It
put
has-
on it an old canal boat, a narrow boat that, you know, you
You'd still
can't
have to
sell.
recondition it.
Well, I just have to make
Make it floatable.
make it floatable.
I did see a little piece of land in Cornwall for sale recently that's got a tiny little strip of one of the old canals on it.
Oh,
Doesn't go
lovely.
anywhere. So there you go. It's out there, Richard.
Yeah, that's what I want. But it's trying to, you know, land is just, you know, everybody wants land now. Years ago, nobody was bothered. But now all of a sudden it's the most prime, you know, it's the most prime. And of course the landowners won't sell it because they know it's worth money. Nothing else is worth money anymore apart from land. And there's too many of us and we're getting more and more people in the country. So land is obviously always going to go up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is a butty boat?
Oh, Julia. Well, somebody suggested that then on the comments.
Yes, Sean James Cameron says, how about getting a
Sean.
butty boat and
Yeah.
building a garden in it and just pull it along? I've seen a butty boat in London that had a greenhouse on it, apparently.
There is, and there's one that's got chickens living in it as well. A
Awesome.
butty boat doesn't have an engine, so it
Oh,
just
right.
gets towed along behind you.
Is it called butty boat because it keeps butting up against your butt?
Or maybe, yeah. There is
that's my brain.
a boat that tows a butty boat, and they make jam.
Oh,
And of
right.
course, they're called the Jam Butty.
Ba-dum-tish. That's perfect.
Very good, that is. It's better than one of mine, isn't it?
No comment.
No comment. So I've seen you because you had a bit of a break when you were making your videos because of personal issues, but
Tough
times.
you're back out and about doing stuff, which is great to see.
We are. We've got our mojo back again, and we've got big plans, and gradually, hopefully, working our way up north.
How far?
Now-
How far will you go north?
As far as we can. So that will be Skipton, I think, and then we're going to go up on the Lancaster Canal. But I don't know if that's going to be this winter or the spring next year. We're going to go up onto the Lancaster Canal.
Skipton's lovely,
So,
though. I've been to Skipton. In-laws
yes.
Used to live there. There's a lovely castle there, although I never did get to visit it yet.
I imagine that there is a lovely company called Skipton Skips in Skipton.
Skips.
You could probably get those on a canal, couldn't you? Not much room. Floating your skip.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All good fun. Listen, so nice to hear you. Thank you so much for
Yes.
tuning in.
That's okay. I mean, we were a bit late because we've been working all day. We've had a hard working day today.
Oh, you've been reading books again, have you?
So, yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
But we're looking forward to seeing you both.
Well, we're definitely coming up to see you at some point.
Yeah.
It would be lovely. But here's a quick question. What do you do on a rainy day on a narrowboat?
The first thing is that you have to have the big discussion as to who's going to go and get the coal in the morning. From
Flip
the
a
well
coin.
deck.
So lighting the fire is the first sort of task, I suppose.
Yeah, and then it's who's walking the dog. And then the big question is how do you get the dogs clean after they've been for the muddy walk? But there you go.
Yeah, chuck them in the canal. Then they're
I
just
knew you were
wet.
going to say. Just knew you were going to say that.
Then you've got to get them dry. They come in and then they shake everywhere. Then you've got to dry
Exactly.
yourselves.
Yeah.
There is that.
But I guess really rainy days are the same for us. There's some things you have to do,
Yes,
and the rest of it, it's not. It's just the same. It's the kettle on the fire, the
lovely.
feet by the fire, the book on the go, and
It's
that's
such
it,
an idyllic life, isn't it?
it's not bad, is it?
Nothing-
We rarely cruise, but we're fortunate, and we rarely cruise in the rain.
Nothing
we've got
goes
to.
wrong at all on a canal boat, does it?
Do you think? No.
Nothing. It's
We
just
passed where you were stuck when we walked along the Thames from Oxford, and we saw where you were stuck on your little boat.
yeah. That brings back memories.
Nothing goes wrong.
Nothing.
Ever.
We've never had any problem with heating.
Not a thing.
We've never got flooded out. We've never been tied to a lock for several days.
Never lost the rear bumper,
Never lost the rear bumper, whatever it's called.
fender.
Are you doing it again this year?
We would love
sorely
to.
love to, but
I
don't
think
think we can.
next year we will. We've had 2 years off because with the COVID thing, so many people have been booking holidays that the prices have gone through the roof. And
Didn't we go the year before?
I know.
no, we didn't go last year. Did we go
We
last
didn't
year?
go last year. We went the year before.
No,
last.
wait a minute. We did go last year, didn't we?
Not last year.
Not last year.
The year before,
last.
like I
yeah,
said.
So we're not, yeah, so we were thinking of going up to the Falkirk Wheel
Oh,
or lift,
full,
whatever,
Falkirk.
Wow, yes.
or the Falkirk
Yeah.
one even.
Yeah.
But we haven't got a fulcrum between us to rub. Anyway.
Although we have had an offer to go and borrow a boat for a bit, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we do have a lovely listener who said we could borrow her boat.
One of your viewers, actually.
Yeah, we pilched
Wow.
Yeah.
and she's funny enough. She sneaked
Well,
over
we
to your
share
boat,
her.
got the key to yours, and said when they're out for a walk, I'll give you the key. You can borrow a
Got some
boat.
with it though.
Borrow a boat. Borrow a boat. Bum bum bum.
Well, I just think you need to bring the van up
Yes.
and come cruising with us, and then take us out to somewhere we can't get to in the van.
That
and do
sounds-
a joint trip.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Perfect idea. The
Definitely.
only thing with that is one of you will have to sleep in the back or sneak in the back because I can only get 3 in the van at any one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That is the
you, Fran and Richard fit in the van, no problem.
Mind you, we could always get Joe's little car seat and strap that down in the back somewhere, and Rich could sit in it. He'll be all right in that, won't he? Little car seat would be lovely. Anyway, listen, lovely to talk to you. Thank you so much for
Yes,
calling
and
in.
you.
And
Thank you.
we'll
And
talk to you
it's,
soon.
Yeah, we're enjoying the show again, so thank you.
Ah, bless you.
Oh, by the way, you missed my Valentine's offering just before you
Oh.
phoned in. I did a ukulele bit.
She did a ukulele bit.
I did just see that. the
Oh, you did,
ukulele.
okay.
I know. We're very impressed, Julia.
Oh, well, thanks.
She's improving every day in every way. She's getting better and better. Apparently, according to
Anyway,
Emil
take
Cool.
care, you too.
Yes,
Look
look after
after
yourself.
Lovely to speak to you.
Bye, Rich.
Love
Bye,
you
Rich.
guys. Mwah.
There we are. That's them disappeared. Marvellous stuff. That's fantastic. Nice to hear old voices. And I mean, not saying that they're old, but that, you know, they're not-
Friendly.
yeah, friendly people from the past coming back into the fold. They know where they're wanted.
Andrew Norris says, I keep telling you, come to Croatia. There's a house and land for sale here for just £15,000 euros. Trouble is, Andrew, that's in Croatia, not England.
Yeah, that's the thing. I couldn't. I
The love
couldn't leave
Croatia's
good old
gorgeous,
Blighty.
but-
I just couldn't leave it. My heart is so
I've done
ensconced.
travelling. I'm done travelling.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
Who's that?
Zane.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear
Zane.
from you.
How the devil are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. What have you been up to?
Been at school?
Cool. Did you get a Valentine's card?
No.
No, not even from your mum.
Did you send one?
No.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, that's
It's only Valentine's Day. Who cares?
bloody Valentine's.
It's commercial rubbish anyway, isn't
You've
it?
got the rest of your life to worry about all that nonsense. Anyway, you're better off out of it. Like me, I don't have to deal with that. Do you know, I can honestly say I did not go into a shop and buy a Valentine's card.
Well done.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say that I didn't go and get one in the post either.
Yep. So, what did you do at school today? Anything in particular? Anything interesting you can tell us about?
I learned some. I can't remember now.
We've put the pressure on you, haven't we?
What do you do on a rainy day, Zane?
I just sit inside the house and watch watch YouTube and watch YouTube and play on my PlayStation.
What's your favourite YouTube things?
Your show and watch American YouTubers
Why American ones?
because I find it interesting.
Are they? Because
Is it their accents? Their accents are quite fascinating, aren't they?
Yeah, and they do different challenges to us.
Yeah, it's very different lifestyle, isn't it? I mean, for one thing, they often have better weather. But I always find that the Americans, and no disrespect to any Americans who happen to be watching at the
here we
moment,
go.
but now to time to insult
Get
you.
ready to take offence, guys.
Yeah, take that offence ready. But a lot of Americans, more so than Brits, and it must be that sort of sunshiny, positive mental attitude that that they have over there. They talk very fast, and they're permanently sort of, hi, how you doing? So today we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and we're all. It's almost as if they're on
That,
hyper.
to me, that sounds like what the adverts are like, but not what a real American's like.
I've seen some of the real Americans. I've met them as well.
Yeah, fair enough. I've met quite a few Americans as well.
But then, then there's Charles Stell, who the most... Charles Stell, he's one of my oldest viewers from Arkansas in America.
Oh,
Howdy.
Arkansas.
Howdy, Richard. It's Charles Stell here. Hi, Charles. How you doing? Yep, we're doing okay, Richard.
That is a laid-back American.
He's very laid back, yeah. So
Gotta love a good drawl.
gotta love one
Don't
there.
you?
So I've upset the American, but there are some. I mean, I guess that we have some Brits that talk very fast and all the rest of it. I suppose it's just that. So, what sort of stunts do they do?
They do like one of them. They have different cars to us.
Oh yes, because you like they have big cars. When I toured in America in 2006 and 2007, I went on 2 road trips in America, and their cars are like, just when you sit in the chair, it is like sitting in a big armchair that you would have in your living room.
It always fascinates me seeing a third person sitting in the front. It's like of a normal car. It's like, what?
And you so much, you could just nod up and the car just seems to drive itself until you get those great big lorries, the ones that look like Snoopy dogs. They're huge, great big, massive bonnets that go on for 4 miles in their own self. And then in big tankers, and then 2 of them come either side of you like that, and you realise your life, they can't even see you. Your life is a second from death.
Yeah.
Best not to get into that situation. That's my advice. No. So that's what you do on rainy days. Well, it's probably the best thing to do on a rainy day.
Sorry, Ed Loud is just pointing out that Americans generally do have a more positive way of speaking. We over here in Britain are all like, could be worse. They're all like, that's awesome. True.
Yeah, no, any Americans, please don't take it as a criticism. It's an observation from an English person. It's not meant to be insulting by any means. It's just that sometimes they I don't know whether it's just a YouTube thing, but when you put a camera on, a lot of English people are just themselves. But I don't know what it is. Americans tend to sort of have a sense of,
I don't know.
I'm performing. A sense of up front and in your face. And, the Americans are the first to say that they are loud and brash.
Yeah.
Generally.
There's plenty of loud, brash English people too.
Yeah, yes, but not in the same
British.
way. I'm not
Scottish, Highland.
I'm not I'm not meaning this as an insult. I mean, I've heard them say this. That's the way they are. It's the way they've got this positive, but they're in the land of the free, you see. There's a whole cultural difference between the English who've come through feudalism and all of that, whereas they've set up they've all gone over, they've decided they've got their own constitution and they're all the land of the free and all of that. Still, everyone's equal over there, whereas everyone's equal here, but we don't always think it. We all think that there's somebody, hierarchy and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Bon in Brighton is on my side. Americans are very loud in my experience. There we go.
Ramaboo 2 says, it must just be the channels you watch, Richard.
Well, it could be. I mean, I don't watch anything down there in the deep south, because I guess that's the sort of thing where you get a bit more of that slower thing. So you're quite right. It's probably the North Americans in the sort of New York type area.
Speaking of America,
Chicago and all of that.
The other day we were talking about phobias.
Yeah.
I actually forgot one that it's not an official phobia I have, but guns. If I think there's a gun in the room, if I see a gun, I feel queasy. And,
do you like
horrible.
guns,
Hate them.
Zane?
Yeah.
You like guns? There's a surprise.
Well, you're 15, boys like guns.
Are you talking spud gun? Are you talking BB gun? Or what kind of guns do you like?
Pardon?
Let's not talk about guns anyway. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We were talking about guns, but we're not going to. Well, listen, we've got to end the show because we're 10 minutes over time.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, it's terrible. But Zane, thank you very much for calling in.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening, and let's hope. Well, it's actually going to rain tomorrow. That's why I set this thing in Worthing. So I hope you have a good few YouTube channels for when you get back from school to keep you going.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
thank you for calling in, Zane. It was lovely to hear from you.
You're welcome.
Take
care, sweetie. Bye.
Bye. There we are. That's Zane in Worthing. I've unplugged the phone now so that people can't.
Yes, you always
call
want to unplug the phone.
The phone.
Michael White says that he loves guns.
Michael White loves guns.
Yep.
Oh, I don't need those on.
No, you don't need those on.
Chewing gums.
Bonnie in Brighton says she likes clay pigeon shooting. Now that I can understand.
What have you got against bloody clay pigeons? There's nothing. Some person somewhere has moulded a beautiful clay pigeon into absolute wonderful detail. The feathers and the little beak and the eyes. And then somebody comes along with a big, powerful shotgun.
Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, shoot the bloomeray, le bec, shoot the bloomeray, le bec. Alouette, 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 alouette.
Anton Deck.
Ah.
What's Anton
What?
Deck got to do with it? Yes, anyway, Ian McCagan says, Julia, you don't like men with big muscles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like guns. I just don't like guns.
Ah, those sort of guns. Yeah, guns are cool, says Will Martin. Cool, as long as they're not shooting at
And it's
you.
not just men with big muscles, Ian. I like ladies with big guns too.
Oh, and Seabird says, I was
Guns.
watching a video from Ukraine and everyone there is so calm. All on the news is hype. As if we were talking about it. But, yeah, I was listening to an interesting article just come to it's like that. And the question is, are they actually on the border? Are the tanks on the border? We don't really know whether they're on the border. It was an interesting question somebody... Oh, the Ukraine thing. As Seabird says, a lot of hype, really, about nothing. Nothing's going to happen. I don't even think they're on the border. I think it's a big deflection to keep Boris in his job. But anyway, less of that nonsense. We don't want any conspiracy theories coming out here. They didn't land on the moon. It's all a hoax. What? There's no such thing as a moon.
No.
It's just a big light bulb in the sky, I'm telling you. In fact, the Earth is not only is it not round, it's triangular. But it is sort of lumpy. So I'm not one of those flat earthers. It's a lumpy triangle on the back of a giant tortoise.
I'm glad you're not a flat earther, because then I would have problems.
Yeah, well, the trouble with a flat earther, you couldn't go walking very far, could you? Because at one point you'd just fall off. And you say, all right, guys, just keep walking.
Well, it's not only that. There's too many cats on this earth to, for this to be a flat earth. Because if it was a flat earth, the cats would have knocked everything off it already.
That's very true. And the kittens would have gone, ah!
Yep.
So there we go. We've managed to sort it all out. Yeah,
Yep.
Joe Biden does speak very slowly, but then he is a man who is half asleep anyway.
Yes, thank
enough
you,
of
Station
this.
Master Choice. The Earth is an oblate spheroid, meaning it's not a perfect sphere. It's
Oblique.
yeah.
Oblate. Oblate. La da. What's that one?
Meaning it's as unique a shape as a
Oblada.
person's
La,
face
la.
or finger.
The Earth is
Print.
oblate, severoid. I don't know what I'm doing. La la. The Earth is an
la, la,
oblate
la, la, la.
spheroid. La 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 la. Anyway, enough of this gay banter. Thank you very much.
We're now 13 minutes over.
Will Martin says he was arguing with a flat earther yesterday.
No. You don't argue with a flat earther. There's no point.
You just keep pushing them backwards because eventually they'll drop off. That's the way to do it. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on a Monday.
That tickled.
Mate. It's the 14th of January 1872.
February.
Please give somebody a snog before you go. Don't forget to get some of that
Mistletoe?
that missile
Oh, the
toe.
missile Missile?
That missile toe, the toe of a missile, and see if you can blow up the world. You can watch Richard when he visited America at the following... Thank you very much, Sean James
Oh,
Cameron.
he's good, isn't he?
He's good, he's on the ball. That's great. Thanks to Judith and Sean for moderating and making sure there's no naughty business
Tar
going on.
darlings.
Very kind. Big thanks to Bernie, to Stephen Agger, to Andrew Norris and Martin Lees for the videos, to everybody who rang in. Wednesday, we want to know what your favourite gadgets are. What are your favourite gadgets? Set the theme up. I can't remember who wrote that down now, but...
No, it's a good one.
It's a good one. That will be it.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping us company on this lovely evening.
Don't forget, this show is not powered by the universal energy of life. It's actually powered by a little donations from you. If you want to donate to thebaldexplorer.com. Need a few pennies to keep the old lights from going out, especially with all that gas.
It's all right, you've got plenty of candles in now.
Plenty of candles, yes. The candles just can't
Four
pump.
candles.
4 candles. I'll give you 4 candles in a minute.
4
Let's
candles
send
you
Richard
now.
to the hurricane, says Ian McScag. Rather not. They won't let me on an aeroplane because I'm not jabbed. So there we
is
go.
that.
Oh. Anyway, take care. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.